All right, it's time for a little sip and social as we break down some of the hottest topics on social media. And to spice up our weekly recap, we have one of the hottest social media and internet stars. He's opinionated, he's got the tea, and best of all, his hair is always laid. You might have seen him on TV as Quentin the Blogger, or better known as Funky Dineva. Welcome to the show, Quentin.
Thank you for having me, Richie. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. Happy to be here.
All right, so listen, we got a lot to cover. So I want to go ahead and get started because I want to hear everything you got to say about these topics.
And you know we give it to you.
Okay, all right. First up is one of my favorite rappers, Nicki Minaj. She has a new boyfriend, but there's been a lot of talk about his past. Apparently, new bae is Mr. Kenneth Petty. He was accused of rape at knife point and is allegedly registered as a sex offender. According to Nicki, he was 15 and she was 16 and in a relationship. But she says, go off, internet. Y'all don't run my life. What do you think about this? Do the bars need to be concerned?
You know what, Richie? They need to be concerned, but not about this. Mr. Petty's 40 years old. You know, don't come at me about something at 40 years old that somebody did at 15 and 16. Not to mention, you know, the details of the case are very sketchy. There's a lot of hearsay involved. They need to be more concerned with the fact that he served 7 years in prison for shooting somebody to death. Okay, so in 2002, he shot a man to death, and in 2006, he went in and did 7 years in prison. That's what they need to be concerned about, not something from when he was 15 and 16 years old. So, you know, now the rape allegation stuff coupled with the murder suggests that he's got the capacity for a lot of criminal behavior. I think they should look at it all in totality, and yeah, they need to be worried.
Ooh, you just educated
me. I told you I was gonna come with it. You know what I'm saying? I told you I was gonna come with it. I mean, People's reporting, all the major news outlets are reporting this criminal behavior as it's slowly starting to unfold and unravel about her new boo.
Well, you know, I read somewhere that he has like at least 17 mugshots.
Wow.
And he was recently arrested for driving with a suspended license or without a license. This is alleged, but you know, I gotta say that. You know, for me I'm a huge Nicki fan, and I see that she's sort of with him a lot on social media. What is it about this relationship that you feel like makes her feel like she wants to really put it out there like that?
You know what? I don't know, and I question Nicki and a lot of other female entertainers like her who continue to go out and get these bad boys. You know, good girls like bad boys. Is Nicki necessarily a good girl? I don't know, but this ain't right. This just, no matter how you slice it and dice it, this just ain't right.
Yeah.
You know, Nicki Minaj could have her pick of just about anybody in Hollywood, entertainment industry, and this is what you choose to go after? I mean...
Well, you know what? Let's segue from Nicki and her new bae to Portia and her new bae on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, we're well into the season at this point.
Okay.
And every time we do a social media recap, we always talk a little bit of Housewives, depending, it doesn't matter which city it is. I wanted to talk and get your opinion about this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. What are your thoughts so far?
So far I think the season is pretty good. Portia's new boyfriend, fiance, soon to be shotgun husband, Dennis McKinley. I know him as McKinley. Like, I frequent some of his establishments. I've been knowing him for several years. He's a great guy. I am concerned about how fast he and Portia are moving, you know? And not because they're getting married so fast, but the question I have is, if you fall in love this fast, do you have the same capacity to fall out of love equally as fast?
All right, I feel what you're saying. Let me ask you a question. What do you think about the two new housewives? Let's start with Eva real quick.
Eva is a messy Betty this season. You know, Eva got me side-eyeing her. When they were testing Eva last season, I was like, okay, you know, I can feel it. Eva's got her contract now, she's got her peach, and she's coming on with full-on mess. So much so that I'm starting to like, but you know what? With shady Faye out of the way, and with crazy Kenya gone, they need somebody to stir the pot and bring the drama, and I think that's the slot that Eva's filling.
And what about Shamari DeVoe?
Shamari DeVoe gotta go.
She gotta go.
I don't think the girls are featuring Shamari DeVoe.
Okay, and last but not least, why do you think Marlo hasn't gotten a peach?
Marlo hasn't gotten a peach for a lot of reasons. Marlo hasn't gotten a peach because Marlo hasn't gotten a job. Marlo hasn't gotten a peach because Marlo hasn't gotten a husband. Marlo hasn't gotten a peach because Marlo just doesn't have the good sense to be more than a one-trick pony, and that's her fashions.
And you were working on a show with her, right?
And Marlo hasn't gotten a peach because she ruined the show that we were working on. Yeah, you know, Candy and Todd were producing a show for WeTV. It was a fashion-based reality show about fashion designers and media people in Atlanta on the up and up. And we were 2 weeks away from filming. I mean, production deal done, contract signed, production staff in place, showrunner in the city. And we got a call that said the show was being canceled because the cast, a la Marlo and one other castmate, Rico Chappelle, were being extremely difficult. And they said, we are not in the process or habit of creating monsters. Ooh. And if you guys are being this difficult now, we can only imagine what you will be later. And the show was nixed.
All right, well, thank you for spilling all that tea and joining us today. You'll have to come back and join us very, very soon.
Definitely.
We'll be back with more Daily Flash right after this.